Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Faiza Humairah Hafith. My identification number is 211073303 and I'm from the second language acquisition class C. In this video, I would like to talk about my understanding about the material with the title Cross-Linguistic Influence and Learner Language. Well, for the first, we will talk about the contrastive analysis hypothesis. In the past, language experts compare the different language to see how they were similar and different. They call this with the name contrastive analysis hypothesis, or CAH. So they thought that by studying these languages, they could guess where people would have trouble learning. They believe that learning a new language means that dealing with the differences between our native language and the new one. So they made a scale to rank how difficult it would be to learn a new language based on the differences between the language. So the scale has 6 levels. The first level is when two languages are very similar and it's easy to apply what you already know. And the last level is when a new language introduces the entirely new things that are not like your native language at all. Okay, so the next section is from the CAH to CLI, or cross-linguistic influence. Well, there are two ways to study how easy or hard it's to learn a new language by comparing it with our own language. The first way is very difficult because it requires everything to be perfect. And the second way is called cross-linguistic influence, or CLI. It's more practical. Practical. So it acknowledges that our own language can affect how we learn a new language, but it doesn't try to predict every single difficulty. Instead, let's talk teachers see mistakes as they happen and use their own knowledge to understand and correct them. Okay. The next section is learner language. Language learners slowly build their own systems like interlanguage or approximative systems. These names highlight that learners' language is unique, not quite like their native or target languages, but something they create to understand the language around them. Yeah, the language around them. This interlanguage idea changed how we study language. We mainly look at learners' speech and writing, which can include errors. Correct language use doesn't reveal as much as errors do. So we move to the next section. It's error analysis. Well, making mistake is a normal part of learning anything, including languages. Everyone makes mistakes while learning, just like when you first learn to swim or play basket. Even when we kids, when kids learn their first language, they make many errors, right? But that's part of the learning process. It's the same when we are learning a second language like English. So errors are we can say that errors are important because they show how well you're learning. Mistakes are different from errors. Everyone make mistakes sometimes. However, errors are more serious and show our language skills, like using cans instead of can. It can be tricky to tell the differences between the difference between the error and mistake. But studying these errors is called error analysis, which is more helpful than comparing language because it looks at all errors, not just to those not just those caused by our native language. Well, errors can occur due to various reasons, such as your native language, the way you're learning, or the situations you're in. Therefore, it's okay to make errors when learning a new language, as it is all part of the learning process. So, I think that's all from my understanding about this material. Thank you for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.